So my friend and I, my partner at work, are going to take a tour of Dolly's house. Just opened right behind me. It's a greenish, limeish greenhouse. And I don't know if they're going to let us take any video in there or only pictures, but I'll find out in a minute. We're going to be heading up on in there. I'll let you know how it is. We're going into a house of ill repute. I've never been in one before. Okay. There's the famous sign off Dolly House, where both men and salmon came upstream to spawn. Established in 1919. Over here it says Dolly Arthur, one of the creek's longest working residents. She's the most famous sporting woman from 1919 to the 1940s. This was her house. She started off in Vancouver, Juneau, Petersburg, and the other end of Creek Street, which finally settled here in number 24. She lived in the house until 73. It forced her to move into a nursing home. Very interesting. She gave a little quote at the end before her death at the age of 88. You can see on the bottom there.
Thelma Copeland. She was born October 5th, 1888 in McCall, Idaho. She left home at the age of 13, making her way to the Seattle area, waiting tables, practically starving. Got introduced into prostitution at the age of 18 there in Seattle, and realized she could make that money. Made her way to Vancouver, rented a little house there on Alexander Street there in Old Gastown. Lived there for like 3 or 4 years, till she gets a new next door neighbor, the damn chief of police. Doesn't take him much time to realize what's going on there. So in the middle of the night at the beginning of 1914, she changes her name from Thelma Copeland to Mrs. Dolly Arthur and hops a steam queen. Landed in Juneau, Petersburg, Sitka. In November 1914, she landed here. She was 5'9", blonde hair, blue eyes. She got her first job at the Star Dance Hall for Miss Blackberry, which all the girls call her mama. It's that big pink building around the corner. It's called the Star Gale right now. Didn't take Dolly much time to rent number 11, little greenhouse by the A-frame. She had 4 or 5 girls there working with her. Here's a couple of our girls right there. And in 1919, when this little house came up for sale for $800, she paid it off within 2 weeks, worked this house all by herself, and decorated exactly like this. And back in those days, gents only made $1 a day for a wage, and alcohol was illegal. These girls were making that bathtub huge. They didn't know to take off the top head part, so if you drank that stuff and you died, they'd just pick your pockets, throw you in the creek. You're a fish room. Dolly didn't want nobody passed away, so she smuggled in that good Canadian whiskey. She had the hookup. Late at night, the rowboats would come up underneath the house. She'd open up her trapdoor, hoist up all that good alcohol. Once everybody heard she had the good booze, they'd swarm her house. For a short shot, she'd charge them 50 cents, which was a teaspoon and a half. A full shot was $2. A visit with Dolly was $3. Around town, you could get hammered and nailed at Dolly's for $5. That was like I would chuckle when he had it.
That's good. That's good.
Whenever she first came here, these ladies were only charging 50 cents. She's all F that, $3. She never did smoke or drink, but she could cuss like a sailor. She loved birds, cats, and she had 6 or 7 fur babies like this little guy. This is Dolly in her early 20s. That's my favorite photo of her. There's a little pink photo on the wall. We call her the young Janis Joplin. She's 17 right here. And this photo right here, she's in her early 30s. I think she looks like the Coca-Cola girl from back in the day.
She sure does.
And that full body shot, that painting right there, that's from World War II in 1940. Dolly was 55 years old in that photo. You can see how gorgeous she was. Mm-hmm. She never did marry, but she did have a boyfriend for 26 years. His name was Lefty, the longshoreman. She was a sugar mama. She bought him everything. He ended up passing away in his early 50s, sneaking around, drinking that bathtub huge. All this came crashing to the end in 1953. All these ladies were leaving here wealthy. On the other hand, the chief of police and the businessmen, they were going to jail for regulating the girls. They told Dolly here to leave. She's like, hell no. I bought and paid for my home. I'm staying right here. She had an oil shed on the side of the house, which is pictured right here. You see the boards connected to the house. This is what the creek looked like. And then this house was built in 1905. They made her tear down her oil shed, and she stayed right here, turning her last trick in 1960. She was done with them telling her what to do. She lived in her home until 1973, and she passed away 2 months shy of her 88th birthday in 1975 in her old age home. Before she passed away, she left a clause in her will along with all her money for a local person to keep her home open as Dolly's house. Take lots of photos, but save 2 shots for upstairs. In her bathroom, on the top of her shower curtain, there's some roses. They're actually some of the very first condoms made in the 1800s by some French man. And they were made out of silk. Dolly knew silk wouldn't even hold water, so she quickly turned those suckers into roses and decorated the top part of her shower curtain. And in her bedroom, she has this big old glass case. Top left-hand side of that glass case is a 1910 electric vibrator. It's kind of strange. It looks like a Dremel tool, but well worth that photo. And as you guys go through the house, open up all the doors. There's hidden bars, trap doors for bootleg whiskey. And she even made her own Gentleman's John because she didn't want those guys leaving unless they were broke. And Dolly's bread and butter were the fishermen and the loggers that be out to sea for 6 to 8 weeks, be in and out of the house within 5 minutes. If you enjoyed your tour, sign my paper up in her office and leave me something in my tip box or in my bail jar. And it's all original. Right through the green door starts your tour. Enjoy, you guys.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I could make a lot more money from the attentions of men than I ever could waiting on tables. In Vancouver, she changed her name to Dolly Arthur, simply because she was too well known by her family. In 1914, she visited Juneau and then ran a small house in Petersburg. At age 26, she moved to Ketchikan and soon paid cash for number 24 Creek Street. This house became her home.
Look at this kitchen. All original. Holy cow. This is classic, like, farm style. Look at that. That is just too cool.
Dolly was known as an excellent cook and used the latest appliances and gadgets.
Washing machine.
Probably the first one in town.
In these days, economy plays a great part in our lives. Economy of time, of materials. Greater efficiency.
Old
is
stove.
greater economy.
This is just unbelievably cool.
Along the right side of the hallway, you'll see some modifications Dolly made to her house, like indoor plumbing. Notice the clever men's room. You are all welcome to take a look inside. It was booze that made money for the girls more than $3 tricks they turned. Dolly's arrival was timely. It was the time of big money on the computer.
She said to look in every room. This is the men's room. Oh my gosh. That was a urinal. Not for use, it says. Wow, that's cool. Oh, it says continue upstairs. Hidden bar. This is a hidden bar. Oh yeah, got the sink and everything in there, and the liquor. That's where you put the cash for the short time bootleg liquor. This is her trap door down there. Dolly's house certificate. All right, upstairs we go. Smells good in here. Closet. Clothes. Old sewing machine. Look at that view out there of the river. Out the window.
This room was Dolly's personal bedroom, and a room that was center stage to Dolly's business. For 35 years, Ketchikan hosted an era which was raucous.
This was her bedroom. This was her main bedroom, it says. It's pretty nice.
During these years, there was many controls and
Some of her
rules
stuff.
for girls to follow. Only on Wednesdays could they shop in town. Girls were fingerprinted and registered at the police station, and they had to go to the doctors to be issued health certificates. Dolly said that none of these rules ever bothered her.
The
I didn't go to town
electric's
very often.
vibrator.
I was here to make money, and I made it
Something.
right here. In Dolly's
There it
closet
is.
upstairs are hung
Oh
two
my
dresses and a large
oh my
table.
gosh.
Hidden at the rock wall.
I thought that was like a mini blow dryer.
Handle to open up a secret panel. Behind was
Unbelievable.
silver bootleg paper stack.
That's funny as hell.
Dolly never married and was known as Big Dolly along the street. She stood over 5'9", weighed as much as 250 pounds, and wore a size 9.5 shoe. The girls on the creek were a trendy lot. In addition to the clothes the girls bought right downtown, there was a firm that specialized in gowns for prostitutes. The drummer would arrive in town on the steamship, set himself up downtown in a local hotel room. The girls would arrive and select their clothes. After dark, of course. You'll notice that there's a second bedroom upstairs.
Okay, let's go check out the
This
second
room was
bedroom.
used to entertain gentlemen who could enter and exit over the Merry Man's Trail along the hill behind the house. This was provided so that no one need know who was visiting her house.
This was the back door from the Married Man's Trail, so nobody would get seen if they were married. Look at the old tub, the old claw tub.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's those condoms made of silk, she said, up on the top. Remember? That she was saying in her story from France. French silk condoms that Dolly made into flowers because they didn't work. Look at this medicine cabinet, Jesus. Look at that old jar of Noxzema. Oh, wow. This is just really cool. Oh, so cool. The old style toilet, too. That's neat. Let's check out the other room. I didn't go in this one yet. All cameras down there too. Really cool. This is like really neat. Oh my gosh, I got some old books up there too. Old knickknacks, old stuffed animals, dolls.
Only on Wednesdays would they shop in town. All the fingerprinted and registered at the police station, and they had to go to the doctor to issue a health. Dolly said they never read through all of them.
You signing Donald Duck in that book? Never sign my real name. It's gonna be Malik Jabubu, what I write in there.
Hey. I don't care.
Oh, how cool.